matchup on tap between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cleveland Browns. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from Cleveland. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Well, these two teams hooking up for the second time this year. They first met back in October, week 7. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
Now a play fake, and it's Watson. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Here's Watson. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Jalen Armour-Davis.
And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Another run here with Dobbins. And he'll take this one down to the 36.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Now, this defense for the Browns, they were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And the Browns are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
And he put up a good fight, but he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. And now with the play clock getting down, Kevin Stefanski going to take a timeout. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. To throw is Watson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. 3rd and 7 now.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
And defensively, Baltimore's in a dime look here on 3rd. Watson now to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they have to give up the football again after this one.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. Prochet on the return. And good work bringing that one back as he picks up about 16 on the return. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That's into the hands of Prochet. He's got room at the 30. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Now it's 2nd and 9. Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Ravens will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. This defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number 1.
It should be number 1, and in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep him back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And
And the Ravens lead at 7-0.
Makes the score Ravens 7, Browns 9.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 25-yard line.
He'll start things off with a handoff to Chubb.
No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
On 2nd down, here's Watson.
Going out wide, finds Chubb.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get it out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a 1st down.
So pass interference to call. That's going to set him up with a 1st down.
And if it's a bang-bang play, maybe the flag stays in the official's pocket, but instead, he definitely impeded the receiver's right to catch the football. The officials letting the players know how the game's going to be called here in the 1st quarter.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
The Browns had 5 and 8, 3 games under 500. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And the offense last week, they certainly have things humming because if you can run up 40-plus points a game, you certainly take a lot of pressure off of your defense, and you're not going to lose very often.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing again is Watson. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hunt. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Partner, normally double coverage is reserved for receivers and tight ends, but this time they actually targeted the running back with it, and it still wasn't enough. He attacked the defense and got in a great position to haul in the catch and get a nice gain out of it.
Hey, 31! Hey, 55!
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's got the 1st down as he's up to the 45-yard line. And they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
First carry now for Kareem Hunt. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Watson. That's out to Chubb, complete.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
That's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 2.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The offense on third down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. From the gun, here's Watson.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith.
Past the 20. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. Tucker now for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Ravens 14, Browns 0.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
From his end zone, it's Demetric Felton. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM that always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Now a 1st down throw. Watson escaping the pressure right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
I would say it'd probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series before you get out there. Hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Watson. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens 36. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. Again, it's Watson.
And now Watson throws another interception.
Picked off by Marcus Williams. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown.
Wow, this one, it is getting out of hand early. They add a pick 6 to the ledger now. 3-score lead still in the 1st half.
And all that celebrating that you see and hear from those defenders, it's not just because they scored a touchdown on a pick 6. It's because they're pitching a shutout in this one. Every defender's dream.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Here comes Felton to bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the 1st half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. A shotgun snap for Watson. He's going to float this one deep right side. He's got a man, complete.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Hard to believe that arm strength was a knock on Deshaun Watson coming out of Clemson, but he showed what he's got there.
And to be honest, this first half hasn't been anything they'd be really proud about. So they needed something like this to change their fortunes. Now they need to make sure they finish this one off, not just with points, but with a touchdown.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12.
And that throw, amazingly, well over 70 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats. Wow.
On 2nd and 7, Watson. He's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt.
Yeah, the Browns are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He said, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. In this case, he picks up a first down.
And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Good work there, holding him out on first down. And this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
Here's Watson on the sneak, and he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown.
The sneak successful from a yard out, and the Browns are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point by York is up and good.
And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work. A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
An opening there on that first down run as he gets this forward for about 8 or 9. That looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
On 2nd and 2, Jackson. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. Jackson.
He'll swing this out to Dobbins.
And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
J.K. Dobbins.
52 yards.
And the Ravens have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
Tucker with the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Justin Tucker is a kickoff to Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Here comes Felton to bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
He's going to let this one go deep. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really, it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
That one complete to Prochet.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 12 yards the pickup there. Good for a Raven first.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this 1st half.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Jackson from the shotgun.
Well, that's complete to the fullback, Ricard.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. From the gun, it's Jackson.
Open man is Bateman. It's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. A chance to really cap off a big 1st half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Now it's Jackson.
Batted by the linebacker, but still adjusts and makes a catch.
Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the 1st half. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Here's Jackson. And this is going to be intercepted. John Johnson with the INT.
And the Browns are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. Charles, one thing that he referenced to us yesterday was his confidence fitting the ball into any window, but obviously that window was a little too tight, and it was closing in a hurry.
And he was talking to us about having anticipation in making those types of throws. Down near the goal line, I don't think you can anticipate it as much as you need to see it open. You've got to be precise with your throws down here in the red zone. That one goes into double coverage, and he gets picked off.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
And that run there does nothing but juice up the guys who are moving the football. I mean, if you're an offensive lineman, people running it, actually the guy calling plays, you're almost jumping up and down in jubilation, aren't you?
And now you've got options on 2nd down.
And big-time options. You might want to think about play action and try and get something cheap right here over the top.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. And my goodness, another interception.
Kyle Hamilton picks him.
If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll set up a throw. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
On 2nd and 10, Jackson. He'll dump this off complete to Dobbins. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. Now Jackson. And that is incomplete. So no problems moving the ball in the first half, but they'll likely come up empty here on drive 1 of quarter 3.
And it was so important for the defense to get that stop, because what we witnessed in the first half was them getting run over. And they needed the confidence, and they needed to get off the field so they felt good going forward in this game.
Here comes Grant on the return. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we're having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. He'll get just a yard on the scramble in 2nd down.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
On the jet sweep, here's Cooper. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
I think the reason this play is so successful is not just the blocking at the point of attack, but how about the speed at which he takes the handoff? He's in motion already, so he's not coming from a flat start like a running back often is. He's at a full run by the time he gets the football.
Now it's Watson. Eluding the pressure right. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown. Deshaun Watson, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Browns get a bit closer. Extra point by York is up and good. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Their lead down from 21 to 14, but still sitting at a great spot, up 2 scores here in the third quarter. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers. And they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Jackson looking to throw on third.
He gets this underneath to Dobbins, and he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
It's always easy to second-guess a call, but maybe he should have just handed it off here on 3rd and short instead of keeping it on a play-action pass attempt. Now it's 4th and long, and just gave the defense a lot of momentum to build on for the next series.
Tucker's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
And right now, Charles, this is about building that lead little by little, and they're able to do just that.
And it gets them past the key number of 16, so this is now a 3-score lead. Not time to exhale just yet, but that might prove to be an important 3 points before things are said and done.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away.
Here comes Felton to bring it out of the end zone. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. Here's Nick Chubb as they try to fire up this run game. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Watson. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. Now Tucker to add the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Ravens 38, Browns 14. Justin Tucker in the kickoff.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
Here comes Felton to bring it out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Watson. And my goodness, another interception.
Kyle Hamilton picks it.
And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, tied down. Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Oh, he's got some breathing room.
He'll get it inside the 20.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A big play there on the catch and run. And it'll move the chains.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Jackson on the give to Dobbins.
He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
On 2nd down, it's Edwards. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation.
Here's Jackson to throw. And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Ravens are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead.
You got to figure down by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money, in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
Tucker now to add the point after. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Ravens 45, Browns 14. Justin Tucker in the kickoff for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They begin this drive with Chubb. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. He's got the connection to Cooper. And he's got some space here. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one good for 37 yards.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 23 yards, the final tally. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. They'll roll him out right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Deshaun Watson touching it in from a yard away. And the Browns get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. And those 3 rushing touchdown games in this league, you know darn well, those are hard to come by. They're becoming even harder to come by as the years go by, aren't they?
Isn't that the truth? It doesn't matter what you do in terms of game planning. You may be a run-first team, but you're going against an NFL defense. That's some of the biggest, fastest, best athletes on the planet. Hard to do. Cherish that moment, even as he's eager to add to that total.
And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. Yeah, you got to wait until that ball goes 10 yards. They did not. They hit it before, and that draws the flag every time.
And there's no doubt in my mind that converting an onside kick has never been tougher in the NFL with the new rules. So trying to get it to 10 yards, timing up perfectly, that's tough enough to begin with. But when you go ahead and grab it before it goes, you got no shot then.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. J.K. Dobbins with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Ravens have sewn this one up as they add to their lead here in the 4th. Tucker now for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Ravens 52, Browns 20. Justin Tucker to kick off the ball.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Second down, here's Chubb again.
And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The Browns on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3.
And now here is another interception. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And he is going to be stopped up at the line of scrimmage. And we'll have a stoppage as well as we have reached the 2-minute warning. Now Dobbins again on second down.
Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first.
Now it's Jackson. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down. So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. Tucker's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Browns drive about to get started. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Looking to throw again on second down. Watson. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. 125 yards rushing for him now as his big night continues. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. So the lanes continue to be there for Lamar Jackson to run that football. That his 2nd touchdown run of the game.
You know what I would like? I'd like for us to be able to go into a defense's room after playing Lamar Jackson and watch the tape and see how much of a lane was really there and how much he created just through his talents. In any event, Lamar Jackson finds the end zone, doesn't he?
He always seems to, but that's a good point. We sometimes put blame on the defense. Maybe we just need to praise Lamar Jackson a little bit more. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
One last throw here for Watson. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
It certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Ravens, they get back to 500 now as the win moves them to 7-7. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, their slim playoff hopes are gone now as they fall to 5-9. And they'll try to make amends next week as they host the New Orleans Saints.